independent hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and known to keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
YouTube world, what is good? What it do, everybody? You already know what it is. The one-man force, the eyes and flavor of DFW Sports. Your super fan from the DFW land, just holding it down the best way he can. Game night for the Dallas Stars right now as they are playing against the Predators right now, and they are holding serve in the AAC the best way for it to be. Man, y'all already know. Before we get farther, man, hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe bell. Hit that notification chime and catch up with everything that's going DFW Sports. Just from a fan standpoint, you know, you're one of your diehard fans that's representing for everybody. As you see in the decor, you see how we represent for everybody in the DFW, man. It's got a lot of DFW Sports up in here. I mean, Anthony Davis comes, you know, he comes back in full of force. Derek Lively touches the court. Daniel Gafford's back. What? Okay. Mavs sitting in the 9th seed right now. Oh, okay. Stars right now in the middle of the Stars game night against the Predators. Predators jumped out really early on the Stars. Stars just look very disinterested, you know, having a good road trip, a successful road trip. And they get another goal. Let's go. Lynn Bissell adds to the Stars lead. Make that 5-1 Stars. I was just about to sit there and say, you know, the Stars is beating the brakes off these boys, but let me see here. Stars started down 1-0, but they first period was really terrible for the Stars. This game's still going on. First period was terrible for the Stars as they just couldn't get nothing offensively going with their skates. I mean, they literally had a 4-minute power play, and only got one shot off in a 4-minute power play. That lets you know what was going on for the Dallas Stars in the first period. Just not good. They were outshot severely in the first period, but come out in that second period, and it has been an onslaught ever since. The Stars have scored 5 unanswered. Hold on, y'all. Oh, what's up, bro? Go ahead. It's all good. Yeah. My bad, y'all. What's good? It's all right, baby girl. The neighborhood just being the neighborhood. You understand me? The real ones that know, they know. The neighborhood being the neighborhood. And that's actually a good thing when I'm saying that. Back where we was. Dallas Stars. They up 5-1. What else we got? Damn. I lost my train of thought. The neighborhood is the neighborhood. Oh, okay. Let the chat bring me back. What up, Daniel? What's good now? What's good? This Cowboy, what's chopping now? What's chopping? Cam, what's up? He said Mavericks need to sign Brandon Williams like immediately. Because if you haven't been paying attention to the channel, what'd he say? The Dallas Mavericks are going to get in the playoffs. And I really was standing on the firm fact of, bro, they're going to be in the playoffs by default. Default, because Sacramento falling off, Phoenix falling off, and the Mavericks are going to get healthy right at the right time. At least healthy enough to swing back. You know what I'm saying? That's all we were asking for. That is all we was asking for. Can y'all at least and a lot of people with the Mavs, I'll get back to the Stars here in a second because I see where I lost my train of thought. But this game about to basically done. But looking at the Mavs, getting I don't even want to say it was a big victory over Atlanta, but at the same time, it was a big victory. And I'm just saying, just on how they did it, on top of you're getting all your pieces back, it's just slowly but surely, they're putting it together. And I'm in agreement with you, man. You got to get Brandon Williams on this squad. You got to get him on this roster somehow, some way. And if you don't, this trip that you done fought for to get in the postseason play is gonna go quickly evaporate. Like straight up, man. But yeah, man, DFW Sports has been all right. The Rangers done got. When have you heard of any time that the Texas Rangers are winning back-to-back games, especially on the road, with shutouts? Boy, you don't hear that too much up in here. Now, it's going to be a lot of things going on between here and next week because, it's coming around. Luka and the Lakers coming back around town. But then at the same time, I think that back doors after that next day in the AAC, you're going to get the Winnipeg Jets to come down here to face the Dallas Stars in a crucial game that's going for the Central Division. So, DFW Sports got a little bit going on, and like I said, the Stars were down 1-0, but then they were able to tie the game. Mikael Granald, my bad. He ended up tying the game, and then it followed right after that. I believe, who was it? It wasn't Mason Marchman. I think it was. Oh, I know Wyatt Johnson. He just put up another goal, which I think that's like six straight. Wyatt Johnson's on a heater. But it's just been an avalanche from the start. And I mean, the Stars offensively, I told you in the first period, I think they barely got like 12 shots on the goal. Maybe. I don't even think that was. I don't even think they had that. I think it was like 9 shots on the goal. But they had a 4-minute power play and got 1 shot on the goal. Got 1 shot off. So they let you know they came out here tripping. But then in the end, you see what happened in the end. Stars start pulling away. It's 4 minutes left. Stars up 5-1. Nashville really don't. They gave all they had in the beginning. Stars withstood it. They woke up and they turned on. They flipped the light switch. And I'm like I said, it's been goal after goal after goal. I mean, Wyatt Johnson had a sick one. It was a nice 3-man play, 3-man offensive skating play from the Stars that got up in there. I think Mason Marchman was in there, but it ended up with Roper Hintz getting him a goal as well. And that's what really kind of, that sequence right there kind of like turned the full tide on the ice side for the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Stars just haven't blinked yet, putting up 2 extra goals in about the next 3-minute span. Stars holding it down up in there, trying to, basically going for 50 wins, as everybody's basically trying to beat the traffic now. But that puts the Stars at 50 wins, 50 of them, 50. Drop and give me 50. And now your Dallas Mavericks, man, what's up? A lot of people have been trying to wish fate on the Dallas Mavericks just because I understand. Like, if you're not fucking with the Mavericks because of the front office, that I'm not holding anybody against that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just hard for you to sit there and say if you're not vibing with the organization, like people want to get mad at certain fans, how they act, if they're for the players or if they're not spewing hatred toward the front office, or it's pick and choose your battles. All I can do is remain with what's on the current, and to see Anthony Davis out there, who's basically still not 100%, give you 34, 15, and 5 blocks in a game-winning shot, man, and with Derek Lively giving you 15 minutes at max, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. I still would like to see a Brandon Williams still be in this backcourt, for real. You're going to have it. The school of Kyrie has got to be there. It has got to be there. 2:25 left in the game, as basically it's a party in the AAC for the Dallas Stars. You know what I'm saying? Also, we got, there's a future quarterback in Dallas. Is that right, y'all? Is this the talk that I'm hearing? Joe Milton, he's the future. He's the future of the Cowboys. Is that what I'm hearing? Cowboys make a trade with, where was he, in New England? Made a trade with him. They swapped. They gave up one of their they gave up one of them compensatory 5th picks in exchange for a 7th-round pick and Joe Milton. Now, everybody likes the size of Joe Milton, 6'5". You know what I'm saying? What he about, 245? 6'5", 245. Him big boy. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Strong arm. So, of course, he can throw the deep ball. But, damn, who he going to throw the damn deep ball to? Who he going to throw the damn deep ball to? But this is a move where you don't put pressure on yourself here in the next couple of years, at least in the first couple of years of Dak's basically new extension contract. That kind of gives you a little, okay, we can see what can happen with him. Now, what do they do when they, if once his money start coming around, that's a whole nother story for another time. But like I said, you're sitting with your number 2 quarterback being who? Will Grier? Will Grier? For real? Will Grier. Okay. So Joe Milton, of course anybody is going to want that. My only concern with this type of move is just the Cowboys keep putting themselves in a situation where their quarterbacks are developmental projects. That's kind of have been their MO, and that's kind of why they've been an average team. But with Joe Milton being in the league for, a good couple of years, and then now you get him to sit down, he doesn't immediately have to come out and be the guy. Unlike when Tony Romo came out and he instantly basically struck success. Same way with Dak Prescott. When they were really developmental quarterbacks, to who is better, to each his own is how it is. But I'm not mad at it, but it's a cheap move nonetheless. cheap move. You expect the Joneses to do something like this, but it's a move that's actually normally I would say cheap. With this move, let me make a better, let me see what I can say. A better term would be economically efficient. Because like he say, you get him for cheap and you get years on your you get years to do with this. You know what I'm saying? There's not no immediate rush. And where it's more positive as the Stars win 5-1 over the Predators. That's 50 of them. That's 50 dubs for the Stars this year. 50 of them. 50 dubs this year. Talk to him. But Brian Schottenheimer over here, he's raving about Will Greer. You know, he feels he's ready to actually try to be in that position. But with Joe Milton, you give him some time because you do got to have a quarterback ready. I said from the jump, bro, this is Dak's last contract. I don't want no years to be extended. None of that, bro. 4 years, it is what it is, bro. Unless you can win a couple Super Bowls, 4 years, it is what it is. We're going to have to do something. And this time, can you put yourself in a situation where you can actually do it? Can you actually do it? Did they believe that Trey Lance could be the guy? I have no idea. And I don't believe so. Maybe this was just something to push Dak. I don't know how the Jones thought. And they still getting ready to pay Michael. So what are you going to do with that? Now, for my Mavs out there, how did y'all feel when y'all saw Anthony Davis take a bow to the eye? And you saw Anthony Davis laying down on the court last night. How did you feel? How that shit feel? My heart went to my chest. Because I was like, bro, he's sitting there laying on the ground like something's real. Waving the trainer, something's real. Man, my heart fell to the ground. But he got bowled up. It was friendly fire. And it's just, this the problem that you're probably going to have as a Mavs fans. If you're rooting for them, if you're diehard rooting for the Mavericks and you see them playing hard and you see them getting ready to get into the play-in, I'm already speaking it in existence. It's just more of they still got to find rhythm with each other. They still got to play and find rhythm with each other. Now to see Derek Lively out there starting, that did my heart right. For real. What did Brad Townsend right? With the playoff spot on the line, Mavs tried to navigate restrictions and heat up at the right time. This is from Brad Townsend. He's a sports enterprise reporter, but he basically does the NBA, but he's closely with the Mavericks for damn show. As he does right in the Dallas Morning News, Anthony Davis pondered the question and glanced around the Mavericks locker room, perhaps recounting healthy bodies before trying to answer. The number seemingly changes moment to moment, so it's best to check. Davis' two-way dominance of Atlanta Wednesday night was the kind of performance that inspires hope for an entire franchise and its fan base. But how much hope is reasonable for this depleted and still mending team? So, like you say, like I'm right there, bro. They're going to get in the playoffs by default, but what can you really expect? This article he just dropped about 3 hours ago. What can you really expect? Only 5 regular season games remain. 5. Mavs are in a 3.5 game lead on the Phoenix Suns with 5 to play. And they're a game and a half on the Sacramento Kings. Okay. All right. With 5 to go. All right. The Mavericks are fighting for one of the last two play-in tournament spots. They only recently got back Davis, Daniel Gafford, and as of Wednesday, Derek Lively from a long injury absence, and all are playing with restrictions on their minutes. So there you go. What can you really do with these guys going forward? We can gauge potentially a little bit, Davis said, but until we're able to get everyone off minutes restriction in the time we're allowed it to be on the floor, we got to give it all we got. All we got. Anthony Davis paused, glanced to his right at the empty locker stall normally occupied by Kyrie Irving, and without anyone asking, addressed the elephant in the room. We won't actually, this is Anthony Davis talking. We won't actually know because we're missing Kai. So we'll never know how good we really can be. But with the guys we have enough to definitely make some noise this postseason. Define postseason. Traditionally, it meant being one of the top 8 teams in each conference, but now the 7th and 8th seeds is in each conference are in a single elimination play-in tournament among the 7th through 10th place teams. And the Mavericks sitting at the 9th seed at 38 and 39 on Thursday. On Thursday they fly to LA, where they get ready to play the Clippers tomorrow. It's going to be a late game, 9:30, I believe, tip off. And then it's a back-to-back with the Clippers. So you got them late Friday night, and then you'll end up getting them Sunday as well. Clippers are basically in that tie for the 6th seed, as we talk about. The Mavericks, they lead the 10th place Sacramento Kings by 1 game in the loss column, and 11th place Phoenix by 2 games in the loss column. Okay, but it's even more tenuous than it appears because both the Kings and Suns, they have clinched their tiebreaker over Dallas. So with these next 5 games, Dallas does have to basically go win out. I don't want to say win out. They have to win more games than Phoenix and Sacramento do from these next games out. Phoenix is without Kevin Durant, and its next 4 games are at Boston, New York, and home against the Warriors and OKC. So even a split of these two Clipper games could solidify Dallas' chances of finishing no worse than 10th. Just told you, 5 left. 5 left. And I told y'all from the get-go what was going to happen, how the Mavericks were going to get into the playoffs. It's just by default. Bro, Phoenix schedule down the stretch did them no favors. And now you got Kevin Durant hurt. Those aren't the aspirations Dallas carried into this season as the reigning Western Conference champions, but there's no one except perhaps manager who's known around here, Nico Harrison, fathomed that there would be a trade of Luka Doncic. And certainly no one anticipated the Mavericks' historically bad injury luck. How historic? On Wednesday night, Dallas players' games lost count reached 333 games. So for everybody that was on this roster in 1 year, the player games that they lost was 333 games, quietly surpassing the 1999-2000 season where 332 games were lost as the second most painful in the franchise history. Mercifully, the franchise record of 363 players games lost in 97 and 98 appears out of reach, but with Irvin, Exum, Omax out for the season, this season's injuries toll will reach at least 348 games, bro. And you lost before the Luka Doncic trade. Luka was basically in and out of the lineup as well. As you saw, he got hurt Christmas Day, and that was the last time we saw him as a Dallas Maverick. He got traded February 1st after the All-Star event. That's when he got traded. So, that's crazy, ain't it? They just been hit with the injury bug big time. But as Brad Townsend puts out still, Anthony Davis, 34 points, 15 rebounds, 5 block performance was a palpable dose of hope. Even as the Mavericks eked out a 2-point win victory over Atlanta, a team that played the previous night. So you caught Atlanta on a back-to-back, and the Mavericks were up double digits, but somehow the Hawks, they hawked them down. But give Klay Thompson, he hit a shot when it mattered the most, and then at the same time, Anthony Davis, he closed it out. Or as Klay Thompson would put it, when I asked what Davis' performance meant given the Mavericks' current state, this is Klay Thompson says it means everything. It means so much because we're trying to build for the postseason. When you have a closer and a two-way player like Anthony, we all can rally around him. We go as he goes. Now, before people getting their feelings and all these miserable people out there, there's so-called mass and Lil CJ, what's good, bro? What's good, my guy? Appreciate you stopping by the chat run time. Before people, all these sensitive ex-Mavs fans, I don't even know what to call them. I just call them miserable Mavs fans. I don't know if they still a Mavs fan or not, but if they still holding energy about it, then yeah, I call it what it is, But at the same time, you feel how you feel, but people gonna say what? So he's replacing Luka Doncic? No, nobody's saying that. Nobody. I'm not saying that. I told y'all from the jump when the trade happened. I said, look, Anthony Davis is not Luka Doncic. We know this. We know this. But then if you know ball at the same time, bro, Luka Doncic is not Anthony Davis. So just see, you gotta let it play out. Gotta let it play out, man. Let me see, back to the article. In each of the last 3 seasons, J. Kidd publicly stressed the importance of building late season momentum and peaking for the playoffs. Dallas did that in 2022 and 23, winning 17 of his last 22 regular season games. And that started that Luka's basically submitting himself as NBA royalty, basically. And we all know what happened in Phoenix at that time, but it was just start that kept going. This season's Mavericks are almost out of runway with no Irvin, no Davis, Gafford, and Lively on minutes restrictions. Building momentum will be challenging to say the least, which is why we haven't heard Kidd use those words as he hasn't used words as momentum or peaking at any or recently time at all this season. So before the Atlanta game, I broached the subject to Kidd, give the look on his face. I thought Kidd might launch into a version of Jim Moore. Playoffs? Oh, but Jason Kidd did say peaking, that wouldn't be fair to talk about today or tomorrow. He said maybe at the end of the regular season we can find a hot hand. But he did have a follow-up question by asking if Dallas is peaking for the playoffs if Dallas peaking for the playoffs is even possible. Jason Kidd did reply, say, yes, possible. It's possible because look what we're doing. No one thought this was possible. Bro, they were literally playing with 7-8 guys, bro, available. 7-8 guys available, and they were still scratching wins, bro. Playing competitive basketball. The miserable ones can be over there. Stay over there. You know what I'm saying? But, we not trying to, I hope the Mavs fans that's still riding for the Mavs is not trying to rain on the miserable folk parade. Let's just stay out of each other's way and just do what he do. But he said it's possible. With the group that we have, we truly believe that we can play at a high level and that we can win. This is totally different than last year, so hopefully we do peak at the right time in the play-in if we get there. So nothing is given with the Dallas Mavericks right now. And there's, like I said, 5 games left. You got look at the schedule. Let's look at the schedule. Let me see. You got back-to-back games with the Clippers, and then, of course, Wednesday, April 9th, Luka and the Lakers come down here, and then you get the Toronto Raptors, and then you get Memphis. So, to be honest with you, these last 5 games ain't going to be easy. The one that you have that's the most winnable is the Toronto game. So Brad Townsend is right. If you can at least snatch one of these games against the Clippers, beat the Raptors, and win one of the games between Memphis, the last game of the season, or the Lakers. You get 3 wins, you're in. You automatically in. And that's why that game that they lost against Brooklyn hurt. Because had they won that game against Brooklyn, all they would have probably needed to do was win 2 games. Beat Toronto and then win 1 out of the 2 games against the Clippers or the Memphis. But if Phoenix keeps losing, that just shrinks the number. That just shrinks the number. As little CJ talk about, hey, how'd you like that? Bro, I told myself I wanted to go to that game too. I wanted to go to that game. But it's a time of year where your boy is hurting. Your boy is hurting. Because last year I did all that parading, man. He had to pay it back. Your boy got to pay that back. Your boy got to pay it back. Man, them Texas Rangers, yeah. You know it's baseball season. What's good? Rangers had the off day, but they will be back in action tomorrow against the Tampa Bay Rays. But big shout out to the starting rotation. If you take out Kumar Rocker's start for the Texas Rangers, bro, just saying, in the amount of games that they have right now, being 5-2, first in the AL West, playing the amount of games that they had now, let me look. I'm trying to, put this in good perspective. Okay. They did lose game 1, which I was there. 5 was by their most before they got blew up by Cincinnati. And that was a game Nathan Eovaldi gave up 2 runs, but he still got 9 strikeouts. It was just your bullpen came to fail you in that. But what I'm more nervous is the starting pitching is doing good. Jack Leiter, I said, with him being number 2 in the rotation, lets me know that Bruce Bochy, in my opinion, has more confidence in him than he did in Kumar Rocker, and that's why he put him in the back. But Kumar Rocker does need more reps up under his belt. He basically the only one that got the Rangers torched. But to be winning 1-0, I'm still nervous, man, because it was a wide Johnson shot that happened. Your boy Nathan Eovaldi comes back. 2 starts, you done only gave up 2 runs. You done threw a complete game, so he done gave you 13 innings? Nah, he done gave you 15 innings, because I think opening day, he gave you 6 innings? Actually, I think he gave, was it 6? He gave up 2 runs, but was it 6? I think he actually went 7. 9 Ks, but damn, bro, he has gave you innings, and he's not giving up anything, bro. Jack Leiter following suit. Tyler Malley will be on the mound tomorrow, so let's see what Tyler Malley can do. And somehow, some way, Patrick Corbin got to get up to speed ASAP. It will be a weekend series for the Texas Rangers coming back to Globe Life here in Arlington. So stay tuned to the channel. You just never know when the trenches will be. You'll never know where we'll be in the trenches, my guy. For sure. What we talk about, Joe Milton being the future quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Some people can see it. I can see it. I just don't see it with this organization. That's just me. Are we really thinking some things are changing with the Dallas Cowboys? Is my question. Do y'all really think some things are changing? I don't know. I don't know, my guy. I don't know. But we're going to have to find out and see. We're going to have to find out and see him. But like I said, I'm not anti-Joe Milton. I just believe, look, with the situation that you got in Dallas, it ain't no telling how this is going to go. But if they are true to what there's going on, they gave Dak his money. But 4 years, that's probably all you got, bro. And a lot of people who aren't messing with Dak feel like he's not going to make that whole contract. But you really ain't got no choice. You really ain't got no choice. You don't want to eat no dead money in no contract like that. You don't. You don't. Rangers 5-2. So, like he said, the Rangers get a good start. It just don't look good because offensively, sheesh. Offensively, it's a struggle for them. And like I said, Rangers' ass was in trouble because you mean to tell me y'all had to. Ooh, the Stars are 2 points behind the Winnipeg Jets, yo. 2 games behind them. 2 games behind them. The Stars will play the Pittsburgh Penguins Saturday down here at the AAC. It'll be a full day of DFW Sports on Saturday, starting with the Stars. Then you got the Rays and Rangers. Then you got FC Dallas against Atlanta United. And then the Mavericks and Clippers again. So that's a back-to-back. Yeah, back-to-back for your Mavericks. Back-to-back. Mavs got to handle that. But I'm kind of confident that they will. Rangers, y'all bats got to come alive, bro. And like I said, Corey Seager to me looks like he's still not healthy. You see Josh Young out, but I think Josh Young, soon as the 10-day, I'm hoping if they not been lying, that as soon as the 10-day is up, he'll be back into the lineup. But you're always going to be nervous with him because something with him can always be hurt. Now, can we get Josh Smith to get himself in some rhythm and see if he can start taking over and get back into that swing that he had in 2024? In 2024, Wyatt Langford is basically the most consistent bat in the lineup right now. But really, the key to all of this right now, them being 5-2, is their starting rotation. And if it wasn't for Kumar Rocket's start in the bullpen in the first game, I mean, a couple of these games will be very different. Very different. But the Rangers sitting at 5-2. I get it. It's just 7 games into a 162 game season. But damn, let me feel some type of way. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me feel some type of way. Like I said, Stars get their victory 50-21-4 this year. I believe they are 1 game behind the franchise record of home games, home wins in a season. Let me go over the box score. Normally I give y'all the box score, but I'm checking a lot of things going through this. I need to get me a tablet while I'm bullshitting. Need to get me a tablet. That'll probably be my next, you know what I'm saying, little shindig for this. But yeah, like I said, Stars ended up. So it wasn't the first period that the Stars went down, but they went up early in the second period. I mean, they went down early in the second period, but then after that, Mikael Granlund, he ended up tying the game. But then you came out in that second period, third period, and it was just an avalanche. It was an avalanche as the Stars put up 4 straight goals, and they take the 5-1 victory, going 50-21-4 for their record. On a 10-game point streak, the Stars are rolling in the positive direction. And like I said, all of a sudden, they done caught the Winnipeg Jets, who they end up playing down here next Thursday. So if you're a DFW fan, this next week is going to be a hellacious week because the Mavericks are in crunch time and clutch time, trying to at least solidify a chance to get into the playoffs by being in the play-in. You got the Dallas Stars. They're already, I believe, I don't want to say that they're already clinched a playoff spot. Let's look at it. Well, yeah, they already, my bad. I broke to y'all that they did clinch a playoff spot, but they're already in the playoff spot. Now it's just about, can they get the home ice through everything and 2 games behind. 2 points behind for the Stars. And they play each other next week, that Thursday. So the AAC going to be rocking y'all for a good couple of days. And on top of that, you got the Rangers in the mix, bro. This is the time where it gets real busy. Sorry, we started the live off a little bit late, man. We had to do some things with the daughter. And then we had a little interruption. The neighborhood was the neighborhood. Had to check in with everything that was going good. The homies and the homettes and all that type stuff. So everybody is everything and everything is good. So we're all right there for that moment. Let's make that happen. What else we got? Normally I'm on here a little bit longer. I thought I would have the bros on here, but things be happening. But I'm trying to get back, into I'm gonna be putting in a lot of extra hours. But y'all know what that means when I say I'm gonna be putting in a lot of extra hours. So with me putting in a lot of extra hours, you already know probably where a lot of my content is gonna come from. But in the meantime, I just try to get a lot of things up off his chest as how he feel free about it. Like I said, Joe Milton, that pickup, I'm not mad at. And Jerry is talking basically about they're still going to make some more moves. They talked about making a trade. Everybody, the word was out. They was talking about there was a possible trade that go in here. And everybody thought big. And what was the trade that happened? They traded a compensatory 5th round pick, swapped it for a 7th, and got Joe Milton. I don't know how how y'all want to read into that, but that's basically why I'm in the mood that I don't want to say I dislike it, but I'm not gonna say it it did something for me. But I think Joe Milton is nice though. I really do think he's nice. Mavericks get another shot, and like I said, it's going to be back-to-back for them out in LA. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get this taken care of, because after you get this taken care of, now you can, it'd be nice for the Mavericks to somehow get 2 wins right here and just, hey, Luka, go ahead, man. It's more for the fans. You do this for the miserable fans out there. You know what I'm saying? Do this for the miserable ones, and woo, 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 and then we can all get ready for the postseason and do what we need to do. Do what we need to do. That's how I look at it. And like I said, the Stars will be in action back on Saturday. It'll be a full day of DFW Sports Saturday. So I'm looking forward to it, man. What should we do? I do have to work Saturday, so I'll be up early. So we'll probably when I get off, it's just gonna be a busy Saturday. I don't know. We might just stream the Clippers and Mavericks game Saturday, because I don't think I'll have enough. It's going to be a busy day for me, because we will be in attendance for the Rangers and Rays game tomorrow. So we're hitting that game up, and I got to go. I basically got to come home, go to sleep, wind down, go to sleep, and get ready to go to work Saturday morning, get off in the afternoon. And then after that, I'll drop the Rangers vlog before the game 2 of the Rays and Rangers. Try to catch me a little nap in between while listening to the Stars on the tube, then get up a little bit later before the Rangers game, and then we'll see what's up with the Stars. So, with the Mavs coming in. So that's how we're going to rock with that. Man, look, it's already about 10 o'clock. I did start a little bit late, and I had some extra things to go into, but everything is going to be good, and everything is going to rock good. Like I said, big shout out to all the Mavs fans who have still stuck around, who has embraced the suck, as they say. You embrace the suck. So when you embrace the suck, you should basically indulge in the come up. Not to say that the Mavs are going to come up and win the championship. That's not the case. But now it ain't about motherfuckers making fun of us like that no damn mo. I'm tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more of that. Y'all sitting there watching now. Y'all like, damn, Mavs going to fuck around and make the playoffs. Or they got a chance to fuck around and make the playoffs. After everything that didn't happen to them motherfuckers didn't quit. Some people ain't going to want to respect it, but a lot of people that know, that's ever competed or played ball, they know what's up. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that just because you play ball or anything to realize that trade was stupid. I'm not even talking about the trade, bro. I'm talking strictly about the players. And this is where my support has been for the whole time, because they the ones going up out there. They have no home because everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but, folks are making it miserable, because some people are just that damn miserable. They really are. Your decision or not, rightfully so or not. I'm just not going to join it with you. Just like some people ain't going to join to root for the Mavs anymore. That's fine. But there's other teams in the Metroplex, and like I said, the Rangers, they had the off day. They get ready to gear up. It did suck to hear about Jack Leiter having a blister on his, I think it was his thumb. He ended up getting a little blister, so he didn't make it out. Now you really need Patrick Corbin to come around. You really need that to happen. You need that to happen ASAP, because the worst thing that could happen is now the pitching staff is being affected by the injuries. And right now, your starting pitching rotation is basically the reason why you're sitting first in the AL West, and you done got off to a decent start. So Patrick Corbin, you're going to have to come around, and then what else ever other news that they can have, we'll have to see. So what else we got? Who else we talked about? Like I said, it'll be back-to-back games in LA. So y'all tell me, what should I do? Friday, like I said, I'll be in attendance for the Rangers and Rays game. So basically, after I get off that, do I go to sleep in the living room, watch the game? Nah, nigga, you better take your ass to sleep and get ready to go to work and make that extra money. You'll be able to see game 2 tomorrow. That's how it's going to rock. But Anthony Davis, I don't want to say it healed me, but it did good to see that, bro. When the game is on the line, we know he can do some things, and he can play some defense. And this is when I say that, this is not me trying to shit on Luka, because there will be no Luka slander here. None here. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, they got a lineup where they can play big. They just need another ball handler, because y'all know y'all ain't feeling it with Spencer Dinwiddie, and we can't really trust Drayden Harden right about now. Hardy, if he could play within his means, then I could go for it. But I don't know about that. I don't see that happening. Well, it's 10 o'clock, y'all. I gave y'all a quick little live. I just want to come spill my thoughts. I didn't want to kind of keep them to myself tonight, although I could have, just waited later in the week. But I will get ready to be starting to put in some extra hours here coming soon. So if you don't see me going live, we might just have to go back to going live once a week, unless I'm at a game. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, when I put in extra hours, y'all should already know how I'm going to relieve my stress after that. So if it's going to go the way I think it's going to go, we're probably just going to start doing a live show once every week. Probably get back to how it was with my IE Sports Radio days. I'm just trying to figure out what days of the week do I want to do it, because Wednesdays is always a good day, because you get a carryover from the weekend and you get ready to go to the week 2, and you have enough things that happen. I thought about doing it on the weekend, but in this time, more than anything, especially since it ain't football season, I have to try to get the time that I want, for myself, or going to the games, or just majority with the family now. So it's just about doing things like that. So that's how we're going to have to manage that. But if we're going to be putting in the hours that I think we are, we're going to, probably chop this down to 1, maybe 2 lives a week. Probably once in the middle of the week, and then basically one on probably Saturday or Sunday morning. And then the rest will go back to being game vlogs and all that type of stuff. Game vlogs or post-game shows, either or. But yeah, tomorrow we'll get it in tomorrow. Look for your boy at Globe Life, man. Your boy did rejoin Snap, so I need to put my Snap information on there. I like Snap. I don't want to say I like Snap. I got rid of Snap because I kept saving too much Snap memories and all that type of stuff. And now I just realize how it's easier on you because that stuff takes a lot of memory on your phone. Now I'm just more like, bro, if you already used it, just use your camera and just take the video and just post it that way. You don't have to use Snap to post. You don't have to use Snap to make you a video, you know. Now, a lot of the stuff that has music, I get it. But at the same time, you know, me being all the sports events, bro. So it gets you to the everyday, day-to-day thoughts that he be feeling about, you know, going down. So, you know, check me out over that. I'll put that up and update the banner at the bottom. But, you know, like, subscribe, hit the notification time. Follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade, all in between, man. That's how we're going to get down. Joe Milton, everybody think he's the future QB in Dallas. To me, can he, well, I don't even want to say he'll break camp in 2025 as the number 2 quarterback because Schottenheimer already has a thing for Will Grier. So he's going to give Will Grier every opportunity to lose that number 2 position job. But you mean to tell me if that goes down, you either got Will Grier or you're still developing Joe Milton? I'll let you tell it. I'll let you tell it. Rangers are back in action tomorrow down the street. We will be live at the game. So holla at me. Holla at me. We will be there. We'll try to go live pregame because I end up getting off work. I'm trying to basically get off early, you know, get off this live early now so I can get my ass up to work tomorrow, get up there early so I can get off early. And then when we get off early, we can get to the game on time where we can drop us a pregame live. You already know after the game, we'll drop a live. Then, you know, depending on how the game go, if it's great pitching, if it's under 2.5 hours, we might be able to get the vlog. But if not, you won't see the vlog until about Saturday evening before they kick off game 2. And then on top of that, it's just more DFW sports. Talk about some more Dallas Stars. Talk about some more Rangers in effect. Talk about some more Mavs. Thinking about doing a live game stream Saturday night. Why not? So that's probably what we're going to do. So stay tuned. I almost didn't join the live. As you see, it's still a lot of extra things going, but it's all right, y'all. We made things happen. Got some things off my chest. I told y'all the Mavericks are going to make the playoffs. I'm speaking that into existence, and I just told you, and it's not even more that the Mavericks are that good. It's just more about default about the situation. The situation favors them real good. So you have what they said, a game lead on Sacramento and about 2-game lead on Phoenix. So if you can win 2 out of these, if you only win 2 out of these next 5 games, you will need those 2 teams to lose at least a couple times, which could be possible for Phoenix more than anything. Phoenix might just get themselves ran out of there before, you know, you even need to do anything. So I said it. Now, how far the Mavs go, I don't know about that. But for them to even make the play-in, if they could make the play-in, to me, that if they can make the play-in and at least win 1 elimination game, it is what it is. But if they can get into the playoffs, nah, bro. They beat them win against all odds, and it's going to make miserable folk even more miserable. I'm not here for it, but I'm here to, you know, discover what's their problem. Dallas Stars, they get their 50th victory of the season, 50 of them, and they are 2 games behind the Winnipeg Jets, and they get ready to square off down here in the AAC next Thursday. So buckle up, DFW. We got a lot going on here. And the weekend, you know, FC Dallas get ready to do some things. We got a lot to go on here. Women's Final Four is almost up. So you know that the, you know, WNBA draft come around. We're looking to see what the Dallas Wings pick up, to see what they can do going forward. So, man, 10-15 has been cool, y'all. It's been all good, man, for everybody who's, you know, tuned in. I want to appreciate everybody for doing that, and everybody who's catching this on the replay. Man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe bell, and go ahead and subscribe and stay up to date with your boy, and drop a comment on what you think about all the topics going on in DFW sports as it is. Tomorrow we'll be live with the Rangers and the Rays. I'll catch y'all at the ballpark. It's baseball time in Texas. Until then, y'all know my slogan, man. Make sure you do everything with love, because love always wins. With that, I'm out, y'all.
Self-made, independent, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy, and on that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made, not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my